So this is the 9th video on chapter 21, hair coloring, and we are at 21.7. Show how to use lighteners, and the learning objective here is to describe the various forms of hair lightener. Colorists can choose from 3 forms of lighteners: oil, cream, and powder. Oil and cream lighteners are considered on-the-scalp lighteners, which are lighteners that can be used directly on the scalp by mixing the lightener with activators. New technology has created powder lighteners that can also be used directly on the scalp. Each type has its unique chemical characteristics and formulation procedures. On-the-scalp lighteners. Cream oil and some powder lighteners are used on the scalp because they are easy to apply. Oil lighteners are the mildest type, appropriate when only 1 or 2 levels of lift are desired. Because they are so mild, they are often also used professionally to lighten dark facial and body hair. Cream lighteners are strong enough for high lift blonding, but gentle enough to be used on the scalp. They have the following features and benefits. Conditioning agents give some protection to the hair and scalp. Thickeners give more control during application. And because cream lighteners do not run or drip, overlapping is prevented during retouching services. Cream lighteners may be mixed with activators in the form of dry crystals. Activators. Activators are also known as boosters, protonators, or accelerators, are powdered persulfate salts added to hair color to increase its lightening ability. Activators are used in powdered off-the-scalp hair lighteners. They are also added to hydrogen peroxide to increase its lifting power. The more activators you use, the lighter the hair will be. Make sure to mix activators according to the manufacturer's directions, of course. Each company is different, and formulas and strengths will vary from brand to brand. Also, keep in mind, activators may increase scalp irritation. Powdered off-the-scalp lighteners. Off-the-scalp lighteners, also known as quick lighteners, are powdered lighteners that cannot be used directly on the scalp. Powdered lighteners are strong, fast-acting lighteners in powdered form. Some powders are designed for on-scalp double-process blonding. There are other powders that are specifically designed for off-scalp use. Powdered off-the-scalp lighteners contain persulfate salts for quick and stronger lightening. They may dry out more quickly than other types of lighteners, but they do not run or drip. Most powder lighteners expand and spread out as processing continues. Time factors. Processing time for lightening is affected by the factors as follows. First, the darker the natural hair color, the more melanin it has. The more melanin it has, the longer it takes to lighten the color. Second, the amount of time needed to lighten the natural color is also influenced by the hair's porosity. Porous hair of the same color level will lighten faster than hair that is non-porous because the lightening agent can enter the cortex more rapidly. Next, tone influences the length of time necessary to lighten the natural hair color. The greater the percentage of red reflected in the natural color, the more difficult it is to achieve the delicate shades of a pale blonde. Ash blondes are especially difficult to achieve because the melanin must be diffused sufficiently to alter both the level and tone of the hair. Next, the strength of the lightening product affects the speed and amount of lightening. Stronger lighteners produce pale shades in the fastest time. And lastly, heat leads to faster lightening. But the stages of lightening must be carefully observed to avoid excessive lift. Excess lift could diffuse so much natural pigment that the toner may not produce the desired color. When this occurs, the toner may absorb too much color or grab, giving the hair an unwanted, ashy, cool tone. Preliminary strand test. Perform a preliminary strand test prior to lightening in order to determine the processing time, the condition of the hair after lightening, and the end mixture, especially noting and the end results. Watch the strand carefully for its reaction to the lightening mixture, especially noting any discoloration or breakage. Reconditioning may be required prior to toning. If the color and condition are good, you can proceed with the lightening service. Carefully record all data on the client's service record card and file it for future use. If the test shows that the hair is not light enough, increase the strength of the mixture and/or increase the processing time. If the hair strand is too light, decrease the length of the mixture and/or decrease the processing time. A patch test must be taken 24 to 48 hours prior to each application of a toner containing aniline derivatives. Lightener retouch. New growth is the part of the hair shaft between the scalp and the hair that has been previously colored. New growth will become obvious as the hair grows, obviously. When performing a retouch, always lighten the new growth first. The procedure for a lightener retouch is the same as that for lightening a virgin head of hair, except that the mixture is applied to the new growth, as long as that growth is a ½ inch long or less. A cream lightener is generally used for a lightener retouch because it is less irritating to the scalp and its consistency helps prevent overlapping of previously lightened hair. Overlapping can cause severe breakage and lines of demarcation. Always consult the client's hair color service record card for information about which lightener formula has been used in the past, the timing, and other matters. Express how to use toners. Toners are used primarily on pre-lightened hair to achieve pale, delicate colors. They require a double process application. The first process is the application of the lightener. The second process is the application of the toner. No lift, demi-permanent hair colors are often used as toners. The contributing pigment is the color that remains in the hair after lightening. It is essential that you achieve the correct foundation in order to create the right color and degree of porosity required for proper toner development. Toner manufacturers usually provide literature that indicates the contributing pigment necessary to achieve the color you desire. As a general rule, the paler the color you are seeking, the lighter the contributing pigment needs to be. It is important to follow the literature closely and to understand that over-lightened hair will grab the color of the toner. Under-lightened hair, on the other hand, will appear to have more red, yellow, or orange than the intended color. It is not advisable to pre-lighten past the pale yellow stage. This will create overly porous hair that will not have enough natural pigment left to create the desired effect. Refer to the law of color to select a toner that will neutralize or complement the pre-lightened hair and produce the desired color. Toner application. Administer a patch test for allergies and other sensitivities 24 to 48 hours before each toner application. Proceed with the application only if the patch test results are negative and the hair is in good condition. Your speed and accuracy are both important factors in the application and will determine to a large extent whether you get good color results. The procedure for applying low or non-peroxide toners may vary. Check with your instructor for directions.